Hello and welcome back to the podcast. Before we get into recapping our weekend, who's dating what now, NFL recap, a little Taylor Swift, a little TikTok news, a little lawsuits, my own personal beef with
Not more beef.
with some fast food places.
Not again.
We need to discuss a little special announcement that we're having next week.
Ooh.
So if you want to know what's in this box, join our Patreon because we are going to be unboxing a sneak peek of our special announcement coming next week. It'll be on our TikTok and our Instagram. If you've been with us since last season, you probably have some ideas of what's coming.
I feel like they might be able to guess.
But we did throw in some different type of items that we've never done before.
That's a hint.
That's a hint.
That's a clue.
So if you want to see what's in here, join the Patreon. And also we're doing actually something exciting on the Patreon this week. We're trying a bunch of different fall drinks from Starbucks.
We are. I'm really excited because I've only ever had the pumpkin spice latte. So to try all of their other fall drinks is going to be really exciting.
A little review.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's all happening over there and also next week. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. But let's get into our weekends because we were thriving.
We truly were. We're doing fun things again because it's fall and that's where we live our best lives.
Truly.
We're not summer gals. We are fall gals.
I don't know what it is. And I feel like it's just not normal to come alive the way I do in fall. And I'm not just talking about like wanting to do activities outside of my house, because although that is unlike me and I do tend to do that in the fall, I mean, even with work, like Brittany, you don't even know what I went through this past week. Like in my head, I'm like planning out all the fall videos I want to do for like TikTok. I was like, should I start my YouTube now? Like,
should she?
This is the version of me that really just thinks I can do it all.
I too feel that way in the fall. I don't know what it is.
It's really incredible, and I just wish it was like this all the time. But yeah, I was thriving because I had a little Sunday fun day, if you will.
You did?
Yeah. So we went to the 50 Cent concert.
Hell yeah, you did.
And I was so freaking happy. I have not seen him perform since like, I seriously think it was like 6th grade.
Really?
It's been so long. And I was just so, first of all, I was just so happy because there's so many bangers that I feel that everybody just like forgets about, or like there's the club songs, but then there's so many like play that you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, like this is a bop.
Yes, like bop
this
after
is a
bop
fucking
after
banger.
Bop. And also what I was saying to Evan too, the actual production that was the entire show, I have never seen that level of production. I haven't seen that in so like
really.
I mean, pyro, confetti cannons.
I love a good pyro show.
There was one song where pyro went off for the entire song,
as it should,
and it was just pew pew pew, fire. And I was like, this is sick. So yeah, anyways, I was not disappointed. And also Dad came out, and I don't know why. So when that's just how I have to say it. I'm sorry. That's how I have to say it. Dad came
sense.
out. And it's funny because when he came out at the Ed Sheeran thing, we knew before. Like,
did you not know if he was coming out or not?
No, so like I found out right before.
Got it.
But still, no matter what, I get so hyped because like like I could just see the crowd being like so
happy.
Yeah, happy. And actually, it was funny because there was this guy in front of us, and he originally was like in our seats, and he was not supposed to be there. So he just like climbed over and went in the seats in front of us.
Okay.
He was living his best life the entire time. And like, thankfully nobody came to those seats, so he didn't get kicked out. But I was just like, yes, you deserve to be right there, man.
Was that not a seat either then?
No.
Oh, he was just hanging out.
He just came down. Like,
good for him.
Well, because Pine Knob, they have like the lawn seats.
Yeah.
And they have the pavilion.
It feels like a free-for-all there
And so
sometimes.
it was the most crowded too, and most like hectic I have seen
in a long
Pine
time.
Knob. No, just ever. Like
Ever?
anytime I've ever went to a show there, I feel like I've not seen that many people.
Really?
It was insane.
I haven't been there in
So
a
that
minute.
was one of my best Sundays in a long time.
I mean, how can you beat that?
You really can't. And also, like, that's why I was so shocked too. So many people were there
On a Sunday?
And I
Yeah.
was like,
They showed
let's
up.
go. I wasn't sure what was going to be the vibe.
was going to be.
Is everyone going to be like relaxed? No,
Mm-hmm.
not a single person relaxed
Good.
there. It was a lot of fun, but you had some fun too.
I did. So I also had a Sunday fun day, if you will. I went to the Detroit Lions game against the Seattle Seahawks.
I watched at home.
And
It's not the same.
I mean, it is because we're like in it this year. We've talked about that. Like we're
Fully invested.
We're really invested in the Lions. So my boyfriend's friends, they go every year to the first home opener. Same thing, first home opener. They go to the home opener. So I've been going for the past 3 years, and we tailgate. We do the whole thing. We go to the game.
Can I just say how dedicated?
Yeah,
you guys
you
went?
can expose me.
They were down there by like 7:30 a.m.
Yeah, we were one of the first at least 10 cars in the lot because we tailgate at lots. I don't know how it is at other NFL stadiums. I think there's some stadiums where the tailgates are literally in the lot. Like the stadium itself has its own lots around it. But at Ford Field, there's not necessarily lots right by the stadium.
There's not like one designated lot.
one. Yeah, there's like
anything.
mini ones all around. So we've been going to the same one for a couple years now, and it was lit. Everyone was hyped. People were selling ski masks. If you didn't hear about the ski masks that everyone was wearing at the Lions game, it was great. One of the players was like, I want to see everyone out in blue ski masks. Amazon was like sold out of ski masks, or maybe not sold out, but you couldn't get another one for like a month's time. And they were like $50 like in shipping
Crazy,
charges if you
yeah.
wanted them in like advance. So people were selling them, had a great time, bopped over to Ford Field. And that's when, you know, the events really just started happening. So we have one friend who her foot's broken right now. So she had to get her seat swapped to.
Can we just tell her? She's gonna love this, but so she broke her foot, and I was like genuinely concerned. I was like, "Oh my god, how'd you break your foot, dude?" Her first jump on a jump rope,
and she's
did
a
it.
fitness instructor. Like she's a damn good fitness
Can
instructor.
you just imagine like one jump on
and
a
then
jump
just being
rope and
done.
done?
And no, I was talking to some of the people that were there with her when it happened. You could hear it break.
Okay,
like it was
that's
that
so
bad.
unfortunate.
So we
Yeah.
had to swap out her tickets because our tickets were up higher, and just trying to get around up the stairs wasn't going to happen. She has a little scooter right now. We needed to make sure that was sorted out. So while we were sorting out those tickets, some mother, I don't know if she's a mother or not, but older woman, if you will, probably better descriptor there, spilt half her Bloody Mary, because the guest services is right underneath an escalator, onto like half our group of friend. So then we had to get in line, swap out half the people's merchandise. One of my friends had just bought a Lions hoodie for $90 and got Bloody Mary all down her sleeve. So went through, did that whole thing.
Did they let them swap it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had to go to a second customer service, like a guest experience line.
Oh my God.
And we got comped. Everyone that got spilt on got gift cards. So Ford Field was actually super accommodating. Initially, our friend who has the foot issue at the moment, she was only supposed to get like up to 3 companion tickets, but we had 4 girls and like 4 guys. So they let us have all 4 of us girls sit together, which was really nice.
That's nice.
But then we didn't need those seats because somehow, some way, one of our other friends' husbands' parents were in a suite, and they somehow,
You know
some
a
way,
guy who knew a guy
we
who
knew a guy who knew a guy, got us up in the suite, and we were there for half the game. And let me tell you, those suites are nice in Ford Field. I've only seen them once when I toured the facility. But
yeah,
it was a cool experience, and we were just like, wow, there's been twists and turns of this game. But then the next twist in our experience was I got called a Karen because But I don't think I was being a Karen. Whoa.
There's been a lot of Karen
activity.
Yeah, like vibes surrounding.
I know. I don't know what's going on, but my friend who has her little scooter, it was crowded. It was a sold out game. And people kept getting, like, when she was scooting around it, because she's short, she looked like she was just walking if you couldn't see through the crowd. So people were getting pissed because her tire would like hit the back of their ankle, or people like were getting in her way to where like she could barely move her scooter. And so I took it upon myself
After how many drinks?
A fair few. Mm-hmm. I became her personal bodyguard escort. So I put my hand in front of like Good her God. Right here, and I said, "Excuse me, sorry, we have to get through." And then I would raise my hand too. I don't know what the hand raising I thought was going to accomplish.
Like it was like Disney and get like a flag. And
that was literally me with my little arms sticking up, and I was like, excuse us," and it actually worked pretty efficiently in Ford Field. And I was kind of telling some people too. I was like, with my method, will you move a little bit faster if you stand right behind our group? And some people would, and they would follow along behind us.
You were like recruiting people to
be in a little posse. And then I guess I didn't hear it, but Brian told me that one lady called me a Karen. And I was like, I feel like she's a Karen in that situation. And people were not nice.
Like, I mean, I guess I would have to be there to see how aggressive you were being. Like, if you were like drunk, Brittany, I could see you being like a little aggressive.
But I get aggressive when people aren't treating my friends right. Like with this same friend, we went to Harry Potter World in Universal once. She can't have dairy, not because she doesn't like dairy, not because it's a fad, but because she has reasons where she can't have dairy. And they make the butterbeer with whipped cream on the top, and that's the only dairy in it. So I was trying to ask them if they wouldn't put the whipped cream on it. They were not having it. Apparently they will not sell the butterbeer without the whipped cream, or else it like takes away the integrity of the drink. And so I saw the girl with our cup.
How serious could it be? It's a Disney beer.
She was about to put the whipped cream. I go, could you please not do that? And then like I went off like when they like wouldn't accommodate. They were like, you already paid for the drink. She paid for it somewhere else. I don't know.
Wild.
I don't know.
It sounds like a fun time. You had a little drama.
I did. I mean,
I had no drama, just vibes.
Did you? No drama?
Just vibes.
We hung out this weekend. Doesn't that feel like a lifetime ago? Went to the cider mill.
Oh my God. Yeah. I couldn't think of a single other thing I did this weekend. I'm glad you said that. We did go to the cider mill.
Yeah.
But I think I just need to complain a little bit about the Lions game before we move on. Because and I think it's because the overtime rules.
I fucking
and
any
other situation, like if we get it first, I'm like, this is the best rules ever.
Yeah,
but then like the one time we didn't get the ball first. So if you don't know, in football, if you go into overtime, basically whichever team gets the ball first really basically wins, because
I know
if they score a touchdown on that drive, they automatically win. You don't get a chance to rebuttal, which I feel like needs to be
there should be a rebuttable, or you should be able to use the whole 10 minutes of the overtime instead of just calling it once one person scores, which I know how that, like, I don't know. I feel like in other sports it makes sense. Like hockey, it makes sense, the first person to score, because it's even
you're
playing
going
field.
Back and forth.
Right.
Yeah, but this, it's like you go one way and you win, then that's it. You don't get to even try the other
was pissed.
side. I guess you could try to intercept, but like I don't know. There's a lot of ways, but it just seems very unfair. But like if this situation was reversed, would we be talking about it? Because no, I would have been like, that was so fair.
Yeah, if
we would have got the ball, I would have been like, that was fair.
Right. And if we would have won, then we would have been sitting here like, we're 2-0, like we're the greatest of all time. This is crazy. Which we still feel like that.
Yeah, I just didn't want to hear like the naysayers.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't even want to speak
Same old Lions. It's like
no one needs to say that. We aren't.
But
we're a strong team and we're going to do great and we're going to come back even harder. Dude, did I say that last week? I made friendship bracelets for
what did you do with them? Did you give them out?
I gave them out to my friends at the tailgate, and then I gave them to one of the ladies in the suite because she was like, oh, these are so cute. Did you get them on Etsy? I was like, I made them. And I was so proud of myself. They were pretty cute. I should have taken better pictures of them.
Yeah, what the hell?
I'm going to make them for more things, though. Like, okay. I'm going to make them for us this weekend.
That's alarming.
I know.
I don't know if I want to be a part.
You get to be a part of it.
You can give them out. Yeah. So we also went to a cider mill.
Oh, yeah, that.
Well, I don't know if you could really call it a cider mill.
It's like a restaurant with the cider mill beers. Experience on the side.
Well, we tried to go
to an actual
cider mill, and it was so crowded.
Which we should have expected, but I feel like it was still early September in my mind, and it would be kind of empty.
Well, our thoughts, which I think were genius, was that you should have a membership to cider mills, and if you go year round, you should like have like special perks of like
hours where only the members can go. Yes. Because we are frequent flyers when it comes to cider mills. We go summer, we go spring, we go winter and fall. It's not just a September, October experience for us. We are avid members, or I guess not members.
We're not members. We wish we were.
We wish we were members of our cider mill community.
It's just a good idea. Just period. It's a good idea.
Something to think about if you have a very large cider mill in the Metro Detroit area.
It's kind of like how wineries will do like memberships and have benefits. Like they should have that just for their cider. And here's what's crazy. They could, but what if we don't know about it?
I filled out for the exact cider mills that we're talking about. They sent out, I'm on their email list somehow, so I'm somewhat in.
That's crazy.
And they were asking what perks you would like, and I should have put that in there, like a membership for like at Disney World, like they have like the extended evening hours or the early. Well, for those of you that might know, if you're staying at a Disney World resort, you can get into the parks early every day or stay like an hour or two late.
Well, what was the craziest part about it? So they have a restaurant there, and really we just wanted to eat.
We just want food.
And so we go, and cider. So we go, and I call ahead because I see how busy the parking lot is.
Smart.
And I have never had this happen. So I'm like, how long is the wait? The person on the phone goes, 2 hours. And I was like, okay. And she goes, and it won't be another hour until you get food once you sit down.
That's insane.
I've never heard somebody on like a restaurant thing say that.
Well, and you know what else they could do with our little membership idea if they want to use it is, so like some restaurants, Rainforest Cafe specifically has this type of like card you can get for like their chain of restaurants because the owners own a bunch of different restaurants. And if you have this card and it's like one of the perks of it is if you show up, no reservation, but there's like a super long wait time, your wait will only be like 15 minutes. Like you get like priority seating. And I feel like that's something that we could implement at the cider mill.
Do you want to call them up?
I might.
Tell them your idea?
I might.
Yeah, I feel like we've just had like a bone to pick because we specifically really enjoyed the experience, but it just becomes so unenjoyable at the time that we want to enjoy it the most
is the most crowded. Yeah. I feel that way about other things too. Like Target, we are avid Target goers. And when is there
such thing as a person that's not an avid Target goer?
I don't think so, but why does like the store spike in crowdedness around the holiday season, like after Black Friday, because everyone's shopping.
Yeah.
However, that is what I do day in and day out. I go to Target once a week, and I would like to have that experience.
You go more frequently when it's holidays too.
Who's to say, really?
I know
the crowds are crazy, and I just can't enjoy that kind of experience. The malls used to be the same way. Love the mall, go frequently, but can I go to the mall during the holidays? No, because it's not the same experience.
I feel like you can't go to the mall, period, anymore. It's just not fun to shop in person. There's not anything good anymore. I don't know what it is.
They have Auntie Anne's, though, and that I do like.
That's crazy.
I know. I was thinking about it earlier today. I saw a TikTok about it.
You've brought this up to me multiple times, and I don't know where this came from.
The Auntie Anne's obsession?
Like what's going on? And you've literally sent me videos of Auntie Anne's pretzels. And I'm like, I would have got this 15 years ago.
Yes.
Like, I feel like that was our time. Where you go to the mall, you get an Auntie Anne's.
And I go to the mall still. Do I always get an Auntie Anne's? No, but there have been times far and few, where I'm just having a bad day and I drive to our local mall and I've got...
Shut up.
I swear. No, I swear. And I've gotten a pretzel and I've sat and I've enjoyed it by myself and told nobody about me having this experience. You didn't even tell right me, now.
So I feel like...
No, because I mean, it's kind of like a sad girl moment. And then...
How are you sad when you're eating an Auntie Anne pretzel?
That brings me the joy that I was lacking in my life.
They need to sponsor us at this point.
They do. They really do. I'll wear what
crazy.
any kind of merchandise that you want to promote. I'll wear it right here.
You'll work there.
I'll work there.
I don't know why I just pictured like Lana Del Rey in her Waffle House outfit.
I would have fun, I think, working at Auntie Anne's for like a day or two.
She never like explained why she did that.
She just did it for fun.
She just like did that and no one knows why.
It's crazy.
And that's why everyone loves her. But speaking of people everyone loves,
our girl
spotted with Taylor Swift, Sophie Turner. What a turn of events.
Audible gasp.
Do you see what I did there? Turn of events.
Yeah, I understood.
Okay, thank you.
I got that.
But yeah, so I felt honestly like shocked. My jaw dropped when I saw this because it is such a statement by Taylor Swift.
It is, and I feel like she's been like low key like out of the drama and like all the girl gang stuff that people used to be like, oh, this is so like drama about. And now she's just stepping out with Sophie Turner.
I feel like, honestly, and I kind of felt this way after the VMAs. I was just like, what is she up to? She's got to be up to more than just
the tour.
And maybe it's just because she genuinely enjoys that stuff now, where like she used to get stressed out about it, but now the rhetoric around her is so positive, so she doesn't mind going to things.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it's so positive now. Like, she didn't want to leave her house before because it was just like you get shit on or like get dragged into drama. But now it's so positive. So she's like, I don't care. I'll go out.
Could be because I feel like Taylor Swift is only seen when Taylor Swift wants to be seen, or else. And
that's a huge statement for her to choose to have
be
Sophie
seen with
Turner.
Sophie. That's what I'm saying. Like,
but what do you? Joe Jonas is probably quaking,
as he should.
Quaking.
I've seen a lot of winter is coming for him, and I think it is.
What do you think that conversation was like, though?
Taylor and Sophie's conversation
like
at dinner.
She got all the tea for sure.
For sure. It's curious. I'm so curious about this friendship because it's like, I feel like we've seen bits and pieces of like, oh, Taylor has sent gifts to them like for their kids, and Sophie has mentioned like she's a Taylor Swift fan, but like have they ever like interacted or like hung out one-on-one prior to this dinner? They could have behind closed doors, but you know, like what's their level of friendship up to this point? Taylor seemed really excited to see her when she got to the restaurant.
Yeah, I wonder if it's also too just because everyone was talking about how Joe Jonas's PR team was trying
gunning
to
for Sophie,
shit on her, and everyone was like, "What the hell?" Maybe she just felt bad and was like, "No, I'll clear this up real quick."
I wonder. Taylor, that seems like something Taylor would do. She saw right through all of those headlines that Joe Jonas's team was pushing throughout their entire like divorce being filed, and was like, "We'll flip this narrative real quick." And just popped out to dinner at NYC together.
And it worked.
It's just so, I don't know.
I feel like Taylor's just in a different era of her own right now. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's just, she's out in public. She's going to stuff. She's like, I don't want to say getting drunk, but like having fun.
She's having so much fun.
I'm sorry, but at the VMAs, like I briefly said it when we talked about it before, but I was like, do you think she was a little tipsy or something?
I hope so. I hope she was living her best life.
I literally think now she just doesn't give a shit because she's like, everyone like is just on my side. Everyone knows like who I am at this point, so she just doesn't care.
I mean, she has 1989 Taylor's version coming out soon, and I just feel like this time is so reminiscent of back when 1989 came out the first time, and she had the girl squad was having the parties because she did a 4th of July party this year, was going to dinners, was in New York, spotted all of the time. But I feel like this is her reclaiming this in like a healthier way in like her own right, like reclaiming, like going out to eat, being seen by the paparazzi, hanging out with her friends, but this time like her true friends and not letting anyone phase her.
Yeah. Well, except maybe Travis Kelce.
That could be the one.
Because supposedly, there's rumors they were dating. Mm-hmm. And then his brother jokingly said, oh, yeah, the rumors are 100% true.
People are running with it.
But he immediately was like, no, I'm just kidding. I don't really know what goes on in his life. Like, I let him do his thing.
Right.
Which I feel like is so just probably way more accurate than everyone running with the 100% thing. But you said she was spotted wearing a necklace with his birthstone.
She was, which I don't know who put that together, that stone was Travis Kelce's birthstone and figured out what his birthstone was. But they did, and could be a light nod to him. Would I put it past Taylor? No. I feel like that's the way she operates. Could we be reading too far into it as we do everything else? Also true. So who's to say, really?
Very possible. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what could cause some drama here? Alex Earl on the Call Her Daddy podcast said that her sports crush is Travis Kelce.
I can see the headlines now. I think I saw a TikTok that literally was like, it might have been Girl Boss Town, who was like, the tabloids are gonna run with us and be like, trouble in paradise for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Seriously. Alex Earl's entered the chat, which I don't think that will be the case, but who's to say? Because people are running with anything these days.
Leads us to supposedly Kim Kardashian hanging out with Odell Beckham Jr. Which, again, I feel like people just every week accuse her of being with someone new person.
I know, because first it was people were speculating about the NBA because she was at all of the playoff games. People were saying it was a ref in the NBA. And then it was rumored now that NFL season.
Wasn't it soccer too? Because she was
at those games.
Big soccer fan.
Yeah, maybe she just likes going to sporting events. I mean,
right.
What's wrong with that? But now I guess this is who we are speculating about this week. I don't really have much to say on it because I'm like, I'll believe it when I see it. Like I saw, sorry, I couldn't think of what I was thinking of. Kylie and Timothy out and about.
That one is still wild, but
that one I did not believe the rumors until I saw it, and when I see it, I will believe it with Kim Kardashian.
True. That's kind of our little NFL spiel for the day. But you know what's been going on TikTok, and I think this has honestly been going on now for weeks, but we never addressed it. So apparently there's a thing where men allegedly think about the Roman Empire on a regular basis.
I've tested this theory.
Personally,
and I think you have as well. Mm-hmm. So what did Evan say about his thoughts with the Roman Empire?
I wish I would have videoed it. He was so confused. He knew. He was like, "What? Nothing." But honestly, to be fair, one time Evan was like staring into space, and we were with a group of people, and I was like, "Evan," like we're all just like staring at him. I'm like, "What are you thinking about?" And I swear to God, I think he said like stock prices or something, just absolutely out of pocket. And I was like, "What?" Like that right now, that's what you're thinking currently about. And he's like, yeah. I was like, dude,
that's so wild.
That's definitely more so what he thinks about than the Roman Empire. But a lot of men, if you say, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? Some people are saying once a day. Some people are saying 3 times a week.
That's crazy.
And I just don't get it.
No, Brian also said that he's like maybe once every 3 years, which but still
said that?
That's still too specific for my liking. Because like, when was the last time I thought about the Roman Empire? Never.
Whenever we learned about it in school, like what? Middle school, elementary school?
Yeah, could be. My brother said he might think about it once a year. My dad was thoroughly confused, and I don't think we ever got an answer out of him. Then I think he understood why we were asking. And then he was like, oh, I think about it all the time. And we're like, I know you don't, because you were just confused by this question.
At first, I thought it was a joke. But then I saw some guys who were dead serious about it, and we're like, probably 3 times a day. And they were like, what do you mean? Why do you think about it? What do you think about? And they were like, togas, like, I think it's because it's like supposed to be like all the gladiator men, like big strong men.
That adds up with the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
Like and them thinking about like patriarchy and horses and.
But I guess that leads us to a good point. What is the woman's version of the Roman Empire? Like, what's something obscure that we think about probably too often and men probably don't think about it? First thing that came to my mind,
I have one too,
was getting kidnapped, because the frequency at which this crosses my mind, and I know that men don't understand it, because when I get in the car after anything, immediately I lock my doors.
Yeah.
I will get in the car, like
that
Evan
feels
will
rational to me.
Yes, but Evan like genuinely be like,
doesn't understand.
Okay, then lock it. Like he's like, what? Why is it that big of a deal?
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, no, because anyone could get in the car right now while we're sitting here and put a gun to our head.
Yep, that they could.
And that's immediately what I thought.
I feel like
the woman version of
that's probably pretty accurate. I feel like women probably think about that a lot. The one that just popped into my head for the first time is I feel like pretty frequently I think about like how women navigated having their period back in the day, like pre-tampons,
that's
3 periods.
So true. I do think about that.
I think about that a ton. And I've seen a couple things like getting kidnapped, your wedding, your ex-best friend. But I feel like that's a pretty good parallel to the Roman Empire. Like thinking of back in time, like how did we go about this? Because we have so many things and options, I feel like, now to deal with our period. But they didn't. Those didn't always exist. Tampons weren't always around.
And like the time where like, do you ever think about the time where you're just like having a really stressful work experience and like something stressful is going on? Mm-hmm. And do you ever think like women used to like churn butter?
Yeah.
And that was like stressful for them. But like, I kind of wish I was churning butter.
Yeah. Sometimes I do also have that thought, like, seems like a simpler time, but with much more complications. Like,
yeah, there was definitely different complications at every time, but it was just like, those are the things that I'm sure the Roman Empire was riddled with a lot of issues, but like, that's not what they're thinking about either. So like, that's like our version of it. I think the ex-best friend thing was kind of interesting. I was like, I guess that's true, but I think guys think about their ex-friends or like friends that they don't see.
Really?
I do.
Yeah, I mean, they're people too.
Like, that's not a specific like woman thing to think about. That's like
everyone thinks about their ex-best friend if you had a friend for a long time and now that you're not friends.
Yeah. God. But yeah, that's our take on the Roman Empire for us.
Periods back in the day.
Or getting kidnapped.
Those
are both like negative. I feel like the guys one is like a positive thing. Like they think of men just like rah, ruling the world.
Is that positive?
I don't know. For them. All right. Moving on. I saw this.
Uh-huh.
And it got me thinking of a new anxiety of mine. But
okay.
Sofia Vergara walked off stage for America's Got Talent. Because basically it was a joke. They put her in a lie detector and they were asking her questions.
Yeah.
But Howie Mandel was joking around, was like, you're single now. Like, who in the audience do you like find attractive, or who would you date? And yeah, and then Young Gravy popped up. No.
That would have been epic. Could you imagine?
That would have been hilarious.
I could
see him planning that out
and being in the audience. Yes.
Yeah. But no, so she like jokingly was like, all right, that's it, and like acted mad and got off. But have you ever seen those videos where they put people in the lie detectors and like especially celebrities, they'll put like celebrities in the thing and they'll be like, do you think you're more talented than this person?
Yeah, and they
like
catch them by surprise.
Picture. And I honestly think that's one of my worst fears. I don't think I could pass a lie detector test if given one on any given day.
Bro. We got to do it on the podcast. We got to find somebody with a lie detector and do it.
Like, genuinely, I think if you were like, is your name Haley? I'd be like, Yes.
And it would be a lie. Just be like, I would be nervous
that was a
too.
Lie.
But I feel like we've got to be able to find somebody that can do that.
That's my worst fear. So I don't know if I want that, but yeah, it could be very interesting, but also I would for sure make you tell me what you were asking me beforehand.
Yeah.
Because like the ones that I see the videos, they don't tell these people what they're going to ask them. And then they're literally on the spot being like, yes, I don't know. I think I'm more talented than this person.
That's such a shame.
But yeah, that's a huge fear of mine. And it's also hilarious because I don't know where I saw this, but apparently if you like flinch your butthole, it throws off the entire thing.
See, we got to test it.
And we're going to be like, all right, flinching my butthole now. Did it work?
I feel like maybe.
But yeah, that's an actual fear of mine. And I don't know how people do that. I would not agree to that.
No, as I say, we should do it on the podcast. I feel like I wouldn't want to do it publicly where everyone could see my reactions and like what was a lie.
Like it depends what the questions were.
Right, I guess.
But still, it blows my mind because also I think about this sometimes, how if you go to like any government agency, they make you take all these tests and like.
Yeah, like the Secret Service.
Yeah. Yeah, like the Secret Service. But they make you do all these lie detectors and they interview your friends and family to see what kind of person you are, all this stuff.
Do they really?
So, yeah, they do.
On a lie detector?
They give no, not the friends and the friends and family not on a lie detector, but they do interview your friends and family.
It's wild.
But like in that situation, again, I feel like I could never be a part of a government agency because they'd be like, I don't know. They'd be like, when's the last time you farted? And I would be like, I don't know. And
I
they'd be
can't
like,
remember.
That was a lie.
Yeah, because then they try to play mind games with you.
They do. So I saw a TikTok actually of somebody who worked in, I want to say it was the CIA. And she said that she almost didn't get the job because they asked her when was the last time she smoked weed or like did any drugs. And she said she never did. And it was coming up as true, but they told her
it was
false. And so they kept being like, okay, well, you're not going to get the job if you don't just tell us the truth. And so she never changed. She never cracked. So she was like, okay, then I guess I won't get the job because I never did. Truth. And they were like, that was just a test.
I would crack in a second. I'd be like, I guess you're right. I'm lying.
Maybe
I don't
there
know.
was a time I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think I would do well under that kind of pressure, but you do have to do that to go into those things. But like also, what if you're just like a sociopath? What if you're just a sociopath and you can pass lie detector tests?
I never thought about it like that, and now I'm alarmed because
it's a thing.
I feel like the people facilitating the lie detector test for like government agencies would be able to identify a sociopath, but like what if they couldn't?
What if they were so sociopathic that you couldn't tell they were?
Then we're in trouble.
And that's who's running the government. No. Conspiracy.
Oh, I'm scared now. I'm sure we could find plenty of conspiracies on it.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. On a random note, but important, as I have my Starbucks here today, Starbucks is facing a lawsuit.
Dun, dun, dun.
And it's for the drinks that I've actually been drinking because I surprisingly, alarmingly, stopped drinking coffee.
You said that earlier, and I don't want to alarm you. I don't really drink coffee too much anymore either. Or I'll get it or I'll make it, and I don't drink it all. Like I'll have 2 sips of it.
You've always
and
been
be
like
uninterested.
That? You've literally always been.
I guess no new information here.
You will always waste a coffee, and I never understood that until now because I just randomly I was just like, I don't want this anymore. You know what the problem was? Because it was never the right color. And
that's a big problem. That's the bigger root of the issue here. It was like
never good. So I was just like, you know what? I'm over it. So I switched to strawberry refreshers. And that's actually what they're being sued over because supposedly with the strawberry acai refresher, the mango dragon fruit refresher, and the pineapple passion fruit refresher, they're basically being sued for false advertising because there is no mango, passion fruit, or acai in any of those drinks, but it's in the name.
That's crazy.
Starbucks tried to get it thrown out because they were like, reasonable people know that it's not. But the judge ruled that that's not true because in every other one of their drinks, the name directly correlates with what is in it, the drink. And there is dragon fruit, strawberry, and pineapple in the drinks. So half of the names are true, and the other half is not.
It's like they're going like, you know how people with like the nail trends will be like, this is blueberry milk frosted.
And it's just like
nail color, and it's nail blue. Like that's what I feel like is the comparison there.
That has been driving me nuts. Or like brown smoky eyes, and they're calling it like
toffee chestnut.
Coffee makeup, and it's like relax.
Moco Choco Loco.
Yes.
Makeup look.
Like just call it what it is. What's wrong? Why do we have to give it these names?
Yep. It's gone a little too far.
Well, clearly it has, because Starbucks being sued over it. And in other food news. So I saw this. Mm-hmm. It was National Cheeseburger Day.
And I didn't celebrate. I'm really upset about it.
Dude, how good does a cheeseburger
It
sound?
Sounds
crazy, right? Maybe we'll think about that.
That's something we should just consider.
We should think about that.
For the near future. The night's young.
Okay. All right. It's in the back of my mind.
Just think on that.
But I did not know this I did not know it was National Cheeseburger Day when I saw the information that I'm about to relay. So apparently, Wendy's was giving their junior bacon cheeseburgers out for 1 cent.
That's insane.
McDonald's was giving their double cheeseburger out for 50 cents. And Burger King was giving a free cheeseburger to anyone with Royal Perks who spent $1 or more. And
we missed it.
But when I first saw this, the information that it was National Cheeseburger Day was not disclosed. And people were like, they're doing this because there's something wrong with the meat.
Shut up, really? That's what people thought?
Yes.
It was just a little holiday fun.
And I bought into that. And then I saw it was National Cheeseburger Day. And I was like, no, that's smart. Because it also, with all the deals, you had to use their apps to order. So then they got a bunch of people to download their app. And probably will continue to use their app for future purchases.
That's true.
So that's why they did it. It was not bad meat.
No. Honestly, I think I saw that too because someone was like, did The Simpsons make an episode about this? Because if they did, we're screwed.
That's actually a good point. I guess we'd have to look into that. But I had a frickin' story about fast food. And I just need to really get this off my chest.
Get it off your chest. I did it with my Jimmy John story, and no good came from it. But I felt better.
Dude, the employees at McDonald's were fucking with us. So we get home on Sunday from the concert. Because all the
college kids and high school kids are back in school. And I've seen on TikTok, they're like, those people put their heart and their soul into making McDonald's meals, and now they're gone.
Dang.
I know.
That's upsetting. Well, I didn't know that. I didn't think about that. Mm-hmm. And so we ordered like DoorDash from the concert, and I was like, when we get home, it'll be there.
That's our favorite thing to do, by the way.
Like to pre-plan our meals like that. Yeah,
to just be at home. I did that on Sunday too when we came home from the Lions game.
B-dubs.
Fresh bag of B-dubs on our doorstep. Good for you. So good.
No, so I'm like, all right, we'll get McDonald's delivered. I take everyone's order. We were with like 20 people. Mm-hmm. I take everyone's order. $100 worth of McDonald's. And the guy, right before we pull up to the house, the guy sends me a picture of one bag on the porch. And I was like, sir, I literally called him. I go, excuse me, sir. Did you only drop off one bag at my door? And he goes, yeah, that's all they gave me. And I was like, we ordered $100 with McDonald's. And I was like, we also had multiple drinks in there.
So there should have been like a bag of drinks.
So there should have been at least a bag of drinks as well. And he was like, well, I'm sorry. Like, that's all they gave me. There's nothing I could do. So I write a complaint with DoorDash, and they say, okay, they're going to give me a refund, and they're going to re-deliver the order.
Yeah.
And I was like, sick. Because, by the way, what was in the one bag was only like 6 orders of fries. That's just a bunch of fries.
I mean, like, exciting because I love fries. I feel like I would take that over the drinks, but still not good. Still wrong. No,
but like people literally got McChickens, burgers, nuggets, all this stuff
too.
So I hit reorder, and I'm like, okay, we'll hold over on the fries, and we'll get this reordered.
A little app.
And yeah. And so we're all waiting. They re-deliver one bag, and guess what's in the one bag?
You told me so.
80 chicken nuggets. Nothing else.
They were clearly messing with you at that point, which pisses me off. Like, it's like when you order Chipotle on the app and you'll say like light sour cream and your whole bowl is drenched in sour cream. Like, fuck off.
Dude, I was so and it wasn't even good nuggets because I would have probably just left it alone if they were, but they like got these out of the trash, I swear to God.
Unedible.
They were uneatable. Disgusting. Yeah, so then I complained again and I don't even think I got a full refund at that point. So
I mean, that pisses me off too. I mean, we went on our whole rant about Uber and Lyft last week and what they need to do to fix their apps.
How are you going to give 80 nuggets with no sauce?
But DoorDash needs to figure it out too, because remember the one time that I accidentally DoorDashed to your house and I just had to eat the cost because you only have so long to cancel it and you can't change where you're delivering from. And it's like, there was good reason. And it was still being ordered from the same B-dubs. Arguably, the drive was less time to get to my house than to your house.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But honestly, at that point, like, I don't even think it was on DoorDash because I've also had, like...
It was on McDonald's this time.
They did that on purpose because I've also had an issue. Like, one time I ordered tropical smoothie and they delivered the smoothies, but they forgot the food. And so I like contacted DoorDash and literally reordered my food, just my food.
Yeah.
And when the driver dropped it off, they brought the new food and the old food, and Tropical wrote like, sorry, we realized like this was supposed to go with the last order. Because they saw,
on Tropical.
Yeah, so they saw that the name came through twice and we're like, oh my God, we messed this
person's
order up. That's what McDonald's
did. They saw your name come through twice with a second large orders and they said, okay,
we're not going to deal with this for you.
Here's a bunch of nuggets.
Yeah.
Rude.
Shady
honestly,
as
rude.
fuck.
It is shady.
Speaking of, let's get into this week's Shady Stories. This one's a bit long. I think we're only going to do 2 this week because this one is kind of
pretty
long.
lengthy.
Okay. Shady story number 1. This might be more of a creepy story rather than a shady story, but it's so crazy I have to share it. So my friend and I started to get closer with a girl that goes to our school. Let's call her Macy. Macy's the type of girl that's loud and always wants the attention on her. She always tries to make every conversation about herself. It's truly exhausting, but I never thought that she would go this far. After getting to know her for only a week, she starts telling us things about ourselves that we didn't share to her. For example, my friend likes this guy, her current boyfriend, and Macy somehow finds out. She starts hinting to liking him too and rubbing it in my friend's face. That was the first red flag. A few days pass and Macy comes up to us and asks us to hang out with her outside of school. Not wanting to come off as rude, we agree. So we go over to my friend's house, and when we get to my friend's room, not even a second goes by before Macy starts going through my friend's stuff and taking pictures of her things inside her drawers. My friend and I just sit there in literal shock. We both can't believe that this is happening and feel so uncomfortable to say or do anything. When she was done going through my friend's room, she starts asking us super personal questions, like who we've done sexual things with, and proceeds to talk about how she has sexual chemistry with the guy my friend likes. And if you think this can't get any creepier, well, it does. So a few days after that, while my friend and I are talking at school, Macy comes up to us and completely cuts me off. She starts telling us about how when my friend wasn't here last week, she copied her entire outfit and wore it to school. She tells us how she went out and bought every item my friend was wearing. Macy pulls out her phone and proceeds to show us a picture she took in the same outfit my friend wore a week prior, and then says, "Don't you think I look like you?" In that moment, our jaw drops and we decide to avoid her from then on. So after avoiding her for a few days and thinking that she got the message, she does something else completely unexpected. She comes up to us and starts to tell my friend how she went on her Instagram account and found her ex. She says she messaged him and they ended up meeting up at a frat party and talking about my friend the entire night. After sharing that, she just walked away like she didn't just say that, leaving my friend and I to look at each other shockingly. A couple months go by without Macy talking to us. My friend starts dating the guy that she's been liking, and I can tell Macy's jealous. A guy at my school literally told me that Macy wants to beat the living shit out of my friend, and I'm honestly scared. Like, what the fuck? This is currently still going on, and I'm scared for my friend, but I'll always have her back. I'd really like to know what you guys would do in this situation.
Stop. They want our advice? Because I was going to say, this is the shit that like scary movies are made of.
What is that movie with Leighton Meester and
the roommate?
Yeah, the roommate. That's what it's called. This is giving that. Like,
wait, and y'all aren't, I'm getting the vibe they're in high school and this girl's going off to like frat parties too. You need to get an adult involved if you're in high school.
Be careful because this honestly is creepy.
You need to report it somewhere and have record.
I mean, definitely tell your parents.
Yes, definitely tell your parents, your guardians. Create a record of what is going on that is written and recorded. That's the best thing you can do is have receipts of everything that's happened. Because this girl, she's scaring me.
Yeah, this is definitely like she wants to be you so much that she might murder you and take your life over. To the friend. But yeah, that's definitely creepy and shady.
I don't like Macy at all.
Like she wants to beat her up for getting with the guy that she likes
that's
her.
That is
but also
not
just
cute
like copying
behavior.
her outfits and be like, don't you think I look like you?
Yeah, I don't like that. Once that was said, I was like, we're done with her. Do not invite her to your home again. Why was she in your drawers taking pictures of things?
But also, like, imagine like being in that moment, how awkward that would be. You honestly probably wouldn't know what to say. You'd probably just be like, what are you
doing?
Going on?
Stop that.
Stop that.
I'm picturing it as if it's happening like over there. Like,
no, definitely a weird situation. I would say this is definitely tell some adults and make sure this is known.
This needs to be known information. Don't let anyone make you stay quiet about it.
No, and this like reminds me of those creepy situations where people will convince the person to go meet up with them. They want to like apologize.
Don't meet this girl
and
anywhere.
then they like try to murder you. Like, don't meet her anywhere. She doesn't. If she wants to apologize, she could text you or honestly block her. She needs to go. This is 10 out of 10 for me. Stay away.
Yes, just stay away from her. Frequent check-ins back with us that you're doing good. And I believe that
in the story at the end, she said she'll let us know what happens.
Okay, thank you. And best of luck out there because I'm not a fan of the situation for you. Shady story number 2. I don't know how shady this story actually is, but I guess you can both tell me. One day when I was with my ex-boyfriend, he made a comment to me saying that his mom told him that I make him eat unhealthy. One night when we were going out to dinner with them, I decided to confront her about it. I walked up beside her and kindly said, "Hey, I heard you think that I make him eat unhealthily." Is that how you say that? Unhealthily? Unhealthily?
Unhealthy?
Unhealthy? Anyways, I just wanted to let you know that I don't make food choices and he can eat what he wants and he can choose that for himself. She casually laughed it off. So at dinner, I decided to be a little sneaky and said, "I'll get a salad. It's healthier." He ordered next and he decided to get a burger. And a sly smile came across my face. I don't like this mother of this boy.
The burger sounds good.
It does sound good.
Sounds good. Yeah, but I just find this interesting.
It's giving almond mom behavior.
Yeah, like what do you make him do? Like, what is she doing to make him do? Like
nothing.
Like, you could be a bad influence, but at the end of the day, you can make your own decision. He can make his own decision.
Just because I'm eating a burger and fries doesn't mean my boyfriend needs to eat a burger and fries.
And clearly, whether you have that or not,
it doesn't affect anyone else.
But we'll eat the burger.
We will eat the burger and fries probably today, hopefully within the next hour.
Yeah. I just thought that was interesting. Like, also, why is he... What is he telling his mother?
Yeah.
Why is the mother involved?
I'm glad it's your ex-boyfriend because she got that idea from someone, probably from him. It was him. Mm-hmm. He sucks.
I would say this is like a 6 out of 10. Yeah. 5 out of 10. It wasn't
like
5 or 6.
Bit. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, good for you for like your little jab, but compared to Macy, this shit's mild.
But yeah, that concludes this week's episode. Make sure you join and tune in to the Patreon to see what's in our don't show the bottom I ripped like the thing off.
Oh, I see what's on the bottom.
It's the shipping label.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
It says exactly what it is on the bottom.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, stop. Tune in if you want to see what's in this box on the Patreon bonus content. And we will see you guys in the next one.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.